difficulties. We're back and we're ready to keep this show going.
Yes, definitely. We figured what it was, and it was my iPad. So.
Well, thank you for Sergeant Paul for being patient. I mean, it's not like the Steelers losing 3 in a row, but I mean, we just had some audio issues. So I mean, he's had to deal with worse lately. So. Sorry, Paul.
Oh boy.
Paul's like, I'm gonna
We
rest.
got the win that we needed, so that was a good win. So other than that, winter's coming. They've been dubbed the King of the North, so as long as we secure the division, we're good.
Well, we wanted to bring you on. Of course, it is New Year's Eve, and there might be some knuckleheads out there tonight. And so we wanted you to come on and lay down the law. What?
Well, I mean, traditionally in Guam, when we bring in the New Year's, it's really celebrated. And, we, with the Guam Police Department, we continue to remind our responsible gun owners first and foremost, please, let's do what we adhere to, and understanding that owning and possessing a firearm is a greater responsibility, which is incumbent upon the owner. And we ask them to please, let's not celebrate, or let's refrain from celebrating the New Year by discharging the firearms into the air, because we've seen before in previous past, reports of damaged property have been, coming in the next day, or in the morning hours of New Year's, and of course some injuries that have been reported in histories past. So that's always the Guam tradition that we're trying to break, and we're trying to find better alternatives for our local Guamanians to celebrate the New Year. And I want to remind again our responsible gun owners, it is against the law to unlawfully discharge your firearms within a residential area. So that's always our concern, with the Guam Police Department. We take shelter, we take care of our officers, and, once 11:59 rolls in, that's when we start hearing from the northern to the southern end, discharging of firearms. So, if we can exercise caution, if we can understand the importance of, each and every community member's safety, we ask again, for them to, the registered gun owners, to refrain from celebrating in that manner. And, again, with the tradition of New Year's, it's celebrated with alcohol beverages, and, the festive activities, gone on before because of COVID. We've had promotions with various venues, and, that's unlimited, all you can drink events and stuff. And, it's great to celebrate amongst friends and families, but, the greater thing about doing this is really designating a responsible, sober driver. And this is where you give the gift of life, and, taking care of yourself, and first and foremost, but also taking care of the community by designating a responsible, sober driver. But, we still have to adhere to the executive order of the gathering. I think it's still 15 within, respective household. I know they've increased the establishment to 25% occupancy, and of course the outdoor dining. And we've been tracking some events that are going to be happening. There are no fireworks, so there's no this year has been really unprecedented, and it's been a challenging year for everybody. So let's focus on what's important, and really keeping those that we love close to us, and celebrating and bringing in the New Year the right way.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you mentioned that fireworks, because we did speak with one of our reporters, Jeff Sanchez, Guam's only licensed pyrotech display company, Show Pro Pyrotechnics, will not be hosting any fireworks displays this year. Jeff Sanchez is the owner. Said that we don't have any contracts with any of the hotels, private companies, or GovGuam for New Year's fireworks. If you see any at midnight, they are not us and not authorized or legal. So,
that's absolutely correct. Jeff Sanchez is very respected within the pyrotech community. He is the only licensed, company that can display fireworks. So, we've had incidents before in previous past where, people have, or some way, somehow, were able to obtain that. And, that, believe it or not, that case is still actively investigated with the local authorities, the Guam Police Department, in conjunction with ATF. And, that's just a reminder that, he is, Jeff has exercised response. He's assisted us He's provided us, assistance in the past when we've reported or we've annotated reports of illegal fireworks. These are things in which he has provided this assistance to the Guam Police Department. But unfortunately, with that announcement, there are no shows tonight, and there's always, it's always great when we had the fireworks shows down in Tumon, and you see the gathering. But due to the pandemic and of course COVID-19, these are some of the restrictions in place. So hopefully 2021 brings something, something more better for Guam, and I'm really excited for this. I can't wait for 2021.
Paul, what time is the fireworks in Agate?
We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see, and hope everybody, adheres to the laws and everything. But we're excited for 2021. The Guam Police Department, with our side of the shop, our community affairs, hearing the opening of schools, a lot of our youth-based initiative is focusing on the youth, and connecting with our partners in the Micronesian Research Center. I talked to Sam. We're still corresponding. We're still moving forward. So with easing of restrictions, looking into the future, a foresight way of thinking. I'm really optimistic, and I really believe that a lot of positive things are coming out in 2021. So let's just continue to stay the course, do what we need to do to really mitigate and stop the community spread of COVID-19 by doing our part, exercising social distancing, wear your mask, wash your hands, and adhere really to the executive order, because as you've seen it, the CAR scores have gone down drastically, and that's a good thing. And I think we can shatter that, and we can help Department of Public Health and Social Service with their contact tracing. The numbers are showing that the daily positive tests, I want to say 90% of that is really attributed to contact tracing, and that's really a good sign, knowing that public health is really on top of the contact tracing, and that's the first step in proper mitigation.
Mm-hmm. Paul, what about vaccination for GPD? I know that the VACPP did discuss police officers moving up the line. Have you guys heard anything on when police officers may get vaccinated?
I know we are due. I know they right now they are tier 1 Bravo, and that's with the 75 and over for the Manumku. So there's been a positive turnout for that. The numbers are showing that our Manumkus, our elders, are really adhering, and they want in on the vaccine. So Chief Stephen Ignacio has been in collaborating with the Director of Department of Public Health, and getting our officers vaccinated. Our guys have shown interest. I think we have well over 90 officers to 100 officers that are willing to get vaccinated. So that's a good thing, because as we've been reporting since the onset of COVID, I think within the government agencies, the Guam Police Department has reported 36 positive cases within our line agencies, to include our civilian employees. So this is a good indicator that the interaction with the community, our officers, with the unknowns, dealing with that, it's a good aid, it's a good tool to know that you have a vaccine that is proven to work. So allowing our officers to better themselves, and giving them the tool to do their work, and assuring them that they're going to be safe. I think this is the right step in moving forward. But again, the Guam Police Department is expected to get vaccinated. We're hoping that once they complete the tier 1 Bravo with the Namkus, that we'll be seeing or hearing something shortly. So we're optimistic. We're looking forward to it. I'm really excited for the officers, that they are going to be armed with something that will help prevent and keep them safe.
Okay. Has the Guam Police Department issued any citations yet since being authorized and given the approval to?
None of them tracking. I apologize. Since I believe in Thanksgiving, I've been really tracking and stuff, but I could do the research with our COVID response team and of course the respective precincts. But, again, that the authorization to, issue the citation has been granted since the onset of Thanksgiving. So here we are now with 2 holidays that passed. So, when we did, we're granted the authorization, I was consistent with the checks and balance of the respective precinct. And it's really assuring to hear that, within the respective precincts and the respective operations sergeants reporting that from their direct supervisors who were out during the holidays, such as Thanksgiving and of course the Christmas events, they have indicated that a lot of the community has been adhering to the governor's executive order of the 15, well, back then it was 10 and now it's 15. So, there wasn't really any calls or concerns from the community that were called into the 311 information up at the rec center, nor to the precinct. So, that's a good indicator that, again, the numbers are showing the drop in cases, the drop in positivity is really showing that it is, attributed to the people adhering to the executive order. So not getting any reports from any citations since Thanksgiving and of course leading into the Christmas holiday.
Okay. Before I let you go, I gotta ask about the Michael Castro case. He has been missing since what, two months now. Is there anything?
It's still ongoing. I know. Mr. Castro's mom was on the air and stuff, and she did address some concerns. And these are concerns that every parent has and everything, and we understand. And our detectives have been in communication with the parents and of course the loved ones. And this case is still an active investigation. We were our detectives, of course, with the death investigations with both the Sinahanya incident and the one in Tumune. We were able to close that, in really a short matter of time. We were able to, apprehend those that were responsible, and of course, we had an outstanding individual relative to the Tumune incident that we were able to apprehend him on Christmas Day. So, shifting back, within that duration of those two death investigations, we were still consistently working with this ongoing missing persons case. And, again, this is where we continue to ask the community that, it's been reported since October, the latter part of October going into November. And we want to, we're going to continue to ask the community for their assistance, and anyone that may provide assistance to the Guam police or aid this case, please, utilize the Guam Crime Stopper. Submit a tip online at guam.crimestoppersweb.com or call our detectives directly at 472-8911. This is information that is critical. This is information that we can use. This is information that's going to aid the case. So, again, this is an active case, still ongoing. I know it's really, it's hard to, as a parent, and, we understand and we wholeheartedly, we're going to continue to work this case.
Hey, Sergeant, I got a real quick question. I wanted to kind of shine some very deserved light on a colleague of yours, because the Officer of the Year was, of course, announced the other day. And when we were doing Bree and I were talking about this the other day, when the world was normal, we were very privileged to go out with you and your colleagues, and you introduced us to many of your fellow boys and girls in blue, and you can see where I'm going with this. And Officer Susie has been selected as, look at the smile on the sergeant's face and everything like that. What does it mean to you as a longtime colleague of hers? We've worked with her many, many times. She is someone I know whose character is genuine, is impeccable, and she's told us, and she goes, I just want to make sure that my neighbors, our kids, anybody that calls Guam home can just say, I want you to walk down these streets and not have to look over your shoulder and not have to say, I wonder if I should put my wallet in the front pocket instead of the back. I don't want to have to worry if someone's like looking at me weird and everything like that. That's the character that we know of her. What can you say as someone who's done the training with her, served Guam in a noble way all these years and everything? And what does it mean to you to see her get that recognition?
Wow. Oh, man. Congratulations, Susie. Prior to COVID, when she first came to the shop, it was just her and I, the community affairs. And understanding what we needed to do in really bringing up community affairs and auxiliary division, we went out there and we just, immersed ourselves within the community. We've, met with officers, we met with respective village leaders, mayors, we heard the concerns of the community. We've, reached and we crossed that barrier, and we've actually connected with our Micronesian brothers and sisters. And within the last 4 years, the team in itself, we were able to accomplish things that were visions of the Guam Police Department some 20 some years ago. And we were able to see that come to fruition based on the work that the team at Community Affairs did. And, Susie is a team leader. She is my go-to gal, my flying Samoan. Her Samoan tenacity mixed with her Chamorro Bali Tres bloodline. I think it's a perfect combination, because, you got to find a connection to make things work. Just like you guys at the link, since day one, since you guys started tracking COVID to now, the link, the connection that you guys established is the same connection that, we've established as, moving into a 2-man operation to trying to expand to a 6-man operation that, the vision of having a community-based officer within each respective jurisdiction from the north to the central to the south. And, these were the visions these are the visions that, Susie had imposed, and, her tenacity, her will, her work, and her faith, and her love for fellow man was really that element that was needed to move community affairs in a direction.
And that's a great word, Sarge, when you said tenacity, because I by no means did I mean to say that Officer Susie Santos is in any way, soft or a pushover when she's a cop. I mean, she really cares about the community, as I really tried to emphasize. But we also know that as a sworn officer of the law, you do not want to be a bad guy when Officer Susie Santos is on the case, because if you are someone who is going against the laws of Guam, she takes no crap from anybody. She is as hard as they come. She's a very good officer.
She's great, but again, the work, and I told the team, and I want to thank Lieutenant Kevin Guerrero, who was our commander, for allowing us and really allowing us to take the reins and really moving forward. But her work, her achievements, and her accomplishments with her receiving the Police Officer of the Year is really indicative of all the work that was attributed from the entire team. And she's an instrument, just like everybody, that played a factor in bringing our initiatives forward. I mean, the bond and the community commitment that we have now with our Micronesian brothers and sisters, we will go out to Hemlani's, and Susie was always in the front line, setting up the basketball court, setting up the volleyball court and the net, playing with the kids. I mean, you got to see her with the community, and it's just taking that back, and it's, it really built that bridge and connected that bridge within what was missing within the Guam Police Department. And she's a real testament of a true community-oriented police officer. And that's a prime example of, just her work and her passion and her dedication. And, she's guided by faith. And I really applaud that, because, that allowed her to reason more in understanding what needed to be done. And, again, congratulations, Sole.
Well, I know Sabrina and I and everybody here at KUM, we extend our heartfelt congratulations. And because Bree and I have interviewed her so many times over the years, if she's watching this live, or if you guys send it to her and just be like, hey, officer, here's what they said about you. She's be, hey, Jason, stop talking about me, man. I just want to do my job. She's very, very humble, but she's a total sweetheart. And again, absolutely deserving of this. And certainly her recognition, her win is also a win for your department, your team, and your cadre. So congratulations to you, Sarge.
Definitely a big W. I just want to, sorry guys, I just want to jump on here. So I just want to jump on here and, say again, congratulations to Officer Susie. And I just want to say a big, big thank you to the Guam Police Department for all that you do, especially when it comes down to the FAS community here on Guam. Paul, we've had long talks about this, either in the studio when you're walking out at an interview, or, on our long Zooms, our interviews on the One Micronesia podcast. the work that you guys do is just amazing. And I think that's where we needed to make the connection first. If we needed to make a change, it had to start, and you guys made this, the first step in, stepping out there into the community, saying, hey, we're the Guam Police Department. We're about the law. We're about, protecting the community and enforcing the law. But at the same time, we're humans too, and we can come down to a level where we can understand each other. So you guys stepped out and really did that. And we see that today. You talk about, rolling into Himalanis. 5 years ago, a police car rolls into Himalanis. Everybody's in their homes locking the doors like, oh, shoot, what did we do wrong? Nowadays, when a police car or you guys roll into Himalanis, the kids are like, oh, is there a game today? We missed. Did we not get it? Was there a basketball game today? Was there, something with Menelu and the GPD? So seeing something like this is just beautiful. It turned into something that we needed, especially during this time. So again, to you and the Guam Police Department, thank you guys so much for all that you do.
Viva GPD!
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Paul.
Thanks, guys.
And again,
Thank
congratulations.
you again to the hardworking men and women on behalf of Chief Steven Ignacio. It's not a dry eye right now that I'm feeling, but everybody deserves to be police officer of the year. What we're going through, but it's trying times. We thank the community for trusting in us, believing in the Guam Police Department. Again, the hardworking men and women, uniform men, and both our civilian employees. We want to wish you guys, on behalf of Chief Steven Ignacio, our managers, our commanders, stay safe, God bless, and let's move forward with 2021. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, on the last day of the year, we made the big guy cry.
Yeah! Got him!
Take care, Paul. See you next
God
year.
bless you guys. Take care.
Cheers, brother.
See you guys next year.
And we are going to stay in the Zoom room and